Leviticus, chapter 15, from the Bishop's Bible. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, Whosoever hath a running issue out of his flesh is unclean by reason of that issue. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue. If his flesh run, or if his flesh be stopped from his issue, then it is uncleanness. Every bed wherein he lieth that hath the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth is unclean. Whosoever toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And he that sitteth on anything whereon he sat that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. He that toucheth the flesh of him that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. If he also that hath the issue spit upon him that is clean, he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And what saddle soever he rideth upon, that hath the issue, shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth anything that was under him shall be unclean unto the even. And he that beareth any such things shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. And whosoever he toucheth that hath the issue, and have not washed his hands in the water, shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. The vessel of earth that he toucheth, which hath the issue, shall be broken, and all vessels of wood shall be rinsed in water. When he also that hath any issue is cleansed of his issue, he shall number him 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and so shall he be clean. On the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord, as concerning his issue. If any man's seed depart from him in his sleep, he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the even. And every garment, and every skin wherein is such seed of sleep, shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the even. And if he that hath such an issue of seed do lie with a woman, they shall both wash themselves with water, and be unclean until the even. Also, if a woman shall have an issue, and her issue in her flesh shall be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days. Whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even. And all that she lieth upon in the time of her separation shall be unclean, like as everything also that she setteth upon is unclean. Whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself with water, and be unclean until the even. And whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. so that whether he touch her bed, or any vessel whereon he hath sitten, he shall be unclean until the evening. And if a man lie with her, and her separation come upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. Also, if a woman have an issue of her blood many days, out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond her separation, let all the days of the issue of her uncleanness be even as the days of her separation, for she is unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth, as long as her issue lasteth, shall be unto her as the bed of her separation, and whatsoever she setteth upon shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever toucheth any of these shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. But if she be cleansed of her issue, she shall count her 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And in the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make an atonement for her before the Lord, as concerning the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye sift the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, if they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that hath an issue, and of him whose seed runneth from him in his sleep, and is defiled therein. Also of her that for her separation is put apart, and of whosoever hath a running issue, whether it be man or woman, and of him that lieth with her, which is unclean.